Good morning. Thank you for being here. We're the Sunbursts.
I'm Amory Fly.
I'm Owen Strong.
And I'm Hope Esposito. Did you know each year more than 1 million Americans are diagnosed with skin cancer, the most common form of cancer? Most people don't know that skin cancer can be prevented with a few simple lifestyle changes.
Our hypothesis is, if we inform principals and coaches of SAISD about the importance of sun protection at school for their students, then it will raise awareness in the leaders in SAISD concerning their students' health.
Research shows that most of the changes in our skin we think of as a normal part of aging, but actually they're the sun's salt, which I'm sure none of y'all are aging. Just one blistering sunburn doubles your chances for malignant melanoma.
This chart shows the lifetime UV exposure in the United States from ages 1 to 78. As you can see, your accumulated exposure starts when you're a baby and goes on throughout your lifetime.
Doctors developed this technique called the ABCDEs of melanoma. This technique helps people identify possible melanoma or skin cancer moles. A is for asymmetry, which means the mole is not symmetrical. B is for border, which means the mole has an irregular outline or edge.
C is for color, which would mean the mole had multiple colors or an irregular color for your skin tone. D is for diameter, which would mean the mole had an irregular edge or shape.
E is for evolving. This symptom has recently been added to the A, B, C, Ds of melanoma. Evolving is where your mole changes in size, shape, or color over time. As you can see on the screen, one of the pictures shows an ordinary mole, and one of the pictures shows a mole that has changed. More than 90% of the visible changes commonly attributed to skin aging are caused by the sun. People who wear sunscreen daily show 24% less skin aging than those who do not. Our team has developed and implemented these projects in our community. We wrote letters to the San Angelo Independent School District principals to reinstate sunscreen and hats back on the school supply list. We also wrote letters to the PE and athletic coaches of elementary school, middle school, and high school to remind the kids to wear sunscreen with the SPF of 15 or higher and hats during outdoor activities. We distributed information and sunscreen samples at the Fort Concho Elementary TRIYS Fair. We also will do this at the AR Water Day and Walkathon.
We sent out the Sun Basics brochure from the American Cancer Society with each student at Fort Concho Elementary and their Yellow Wednesday packets. We also produced and aired a public service announcement on the Fort Concho Elementary morning show, showing kids the slip, slop, slap, and wrap sun technique method. We also have presented to Goodfellow Air Force Base personnel and conducted our survey on them. We also have presented to the Laura W. Bush Health Foundation in a letter asking if they would have Dr. Bukai come for a lunch and learn and to share her story of skin cancer survival. Our implementation is having a skin cancer screening at Ethicon on April 8th to be performed by the nurse practitioners Pam Darby, and we are also doing we also asked local swimming pools if they would like to have a sign saying to wear sunscreen while you're at the pool, and Bentwood Country Club has already responded and they think it is a great idea and they will definitely do it for the summer 2014, they said. People who use tanning beds, also known as cancer coffins, are at a much higher risk of developing melanoma than those who do not. The rate of melanoma is going up around 3.1% every year. Before age 40, melanoma is more common in women than in men. But after age 40, men are more at risk.
We called every elementary school principal of the SAISD about the letter we sent them of reinstating sunscreen and hats back on the school supply list. Several of them called back. Mr. Danner, Mrs. Clark, and Mrs. Braden said it was a great idea and they'd recommend it to the SAISD.
In conclusion, by informing the principals and coaches of SAISD about the importance of sun protection for their students, we have made a positive impact on the health of our district.
We educated students at our school about our problem by having a booth at the TRIYS Fair. First, we taught the students the technique of slip, slop, slap, and wrap. Slip, slip on a shirt. Slop, slop on sunscreen. Slap, slap on a hat. And wrap, wrap on sunglasses. We also give them the choice of 2 games, ring toss or beanbag throw. After their game, we handed them a brochure about ways you can implement sun protection in your daily routine, a bag of lemon drops, and a sunscreen sample as Hope is passing out. We would also like this time to thank our wonderful mentors, Dr. Vivian Mackay, Pam Darby, Rosie Hester, the American Cancer Society, Goodfellow Air Force Base, Ethicon, Beckwood Country Club, Municipal Pool, and the Angelo State University Nursing Department, Merciful Fly, Mike and Trisha Esposito, Brian and Carrie Strong, Miss Lopez, and Miss Fullerton.
Here's some additional information on our mentor, Dr. Mackay. Dr. Mackay is my dermatologist. I traveled to see her in San Antonio. When I was there in May, she told me May was Melanoma Month. I happened to be there for a mole scrape. I never realized how big of a global issue skin cancer and melanoma were until I discussed them with her. Something that I never would have learned without doing this project was that my doctor is a stage 4 melanoma survivor, which is very rare. In fact, she was only given a 3% chance of living, and she is currently 8 years out. Finally, I can't think of a better mentor than a mother, dermatologist, and melanoma survivor.
These are some resources we used to collect our research. The American Cancer Society was proven to be invaluable in our research.
Here are some more resources that we used. Dr. Vivian Mackay's website was a wealth of information in our research.
Remember to keep calm with sunscreen on.
Any questions?